Hi, I'm Un Svanström, a UX and product designer. Today I'll be sharing with you how me and my team use Figma as our tool to store and share and prioritize user insights. So tag along on this not so epic saga about using the tools you already have. In every company, getting user insights is super crucial for the well-being of your product. In this video, I'll be talking about a fake company called Penny Lane, but this is a method that I have used on a real product team with real people. So this is something that has worked really great for us, and I hope it works for you too. It doesn't matter if you work at a big company or a small company or somewhere in between. Successful companies care about their users and make sure to implement solutions to the problems that users are having. Therefore, every week at Penny Lane, we would have a meeting where I would facilitate a user insights session. And that session took place in Figma. So this meeting would happen near the end of the sprint, maybe even on the very last day of the sprint, so that we could talk about all the user insights that we had gathered during that specific sprint. To this meeting, 5 people would have a standing invitation. It would be somebody from the design team, who is also the people who do qualitative user research and interviews. It would be somebody from customer success, i.e. the support team, who have a lot of daily contact with the customers. It would be somebody from the data science team who have a full understanding of the analytics and numbers in our service. And it would be someone from marketing who has their eye to the social media drum, their ears to the beat of social media and knows what's going on in the greater world around us and what people are talking about concerning our product. Also in this meeting, we would have the product owner, who is the person who is the decider of the outcome of this session. And what I love about working on a small product team is that if you put these 5 people together in a room, magic can happen in just 30 minutes. So let me show you what we would do in those 30 minutes with our user insights. So each week we would all gather in this Figma file, and what I love about Figma is that it is a collaborative tool, so that all of us are just in here together and on a call. So the way I would run this session is that first and foremost, people need to come prepared. People need to know what user insights they are going to contribute to this session, because if people didn't come prepared, then they'd be letting their users down. The first 5 minutes, everyone gets to insert all of their user insights, like this. Make sure to use a timer and just allot 5 minutes for people to insert their findings. And these should be the top findings of this sprint. So not from forever, this sprint, what we have learned now. When the 5 minutes are up and people have inserted their findings into the Figma board, it is time to do a round of sharing. Everyone in turn gets to talk about the post-its that they had entered into here. And as people are talking and explaining things, sometimes I would take extra notes next to the post-it just to clarify stuff. So now we have a board with this sprint's user insights divided in categories based on who found the insight. Sometimes you'll find that different people have reported in similar problems, and if that happens, group them together so that they become one area of insight. It has now become time for dot voting, and dot voting is a method where you vote with a dot, and you give your team a minute or so to set out 2 dots per person on the post-its where they think it is most important that we take action. So It could look something like this when a dot vote has been done. Now, after we have completed our dot vote, it is time to move over to this next board, the priorities for next sprint. So how does this work? Let me give you an example. Now, this was the group that got the most votes. The users can't find their invoices, and that's really bad. If they can't pay us, we won't survive as a company. So this is very high. The stakes are high. This is a high impact thing for us because it's our survival we're talking about. I mean, it's not only bad for us if people don't pay us, it's also bad for the users. If we don't want our beloved users to get in trouble for not paying their bills and going in debt, that would be terrible. So this is a very high impact if we manage to fix this. How hard is it to fix? Well, it's probably quite an easy fix of telling how we notify users about there being a new invoice. Maybe we can send a text message as well, or just show it more prominently in the app. This is something we could redesign quite easily. I would ask everyone in the meeting to take one post-it or post-it group and place it in this high to low impact, high effort to low effort. Okay, so what about this one? Starting a retirement savings fund is difficult to do in the app. Well, this company, Penny Lane, is a company whose promise to their user is makes saving easy. And if it's difficult to start a retirement savings fund, we're not doing our job right. So this one is probably a little bit more high effort to change, depending on exactly what's wrong, but it'll require some looking into. So I'm setting that for high effort but high impact because this is really important. It's the core functionality of the app is saving should be easy. So high impact but higher effort. What about this one? The campaign with puppies got people interested, but they're having trouble with the sign-up flow, according to Twitter. Now you'd have to think about how long is this campaign going to be up? If it's only going to be up for one more day, then maybe it's quite high effort and low impact to actually change it. Because there's going to go up a new campaign website. Or maybe the template for the campaign websites needs to be reworked anyway. And then it would be higher impact, but also quite some effort. So let's put that over there. It's difficult to find the log out button. That probably is quite low impact and low effort to fix. It feels like a super quick fix to just make that button more prominent, but it's also quite low impact. So it goes over here. Now what you want to look for on this board is that things that are high impact and low effort to do, this quadrant over here, are super good to just do. Plan them for the next sprint. This quadrant over here with high impact and high effort if you do stuff like that all the time, you won't get as much stuff out into the world, but every once in a while, it's really good. You need to do those difficult things that are high impact. Maybe this is what we do after Christmas when things slow down a little bit. Having things like that, though, that you can plan ahead and plan into your roadmap is really good. And you want those big ticket items to be based on user insights anyway. So here they are. And now that we think of it, isn't this that the campaign website is difficult to understand really the responsibility of the agency that we hire to do those kinds of things? Maybe this is actually super low effort. We just need to talk to that agency and they can fix it. How nice. So now the team has discussed everything and we know if this is high or low impact and how much work it is to get it done. It is now the job of our product owner to actually decide what gets done. It's way more efficient to have one person actually decide than to pick by committee what is most important. If you wanted to, you could do a dot voting again at this point to decide what to bring into the next sprint, or you just let your product owner decide what should be done right now. and trust that they will plan for the future and that all the important stuff will get done. Okay, so we're going to work on invoices, and this is not for the product team. This is up to you, marketing squad, to figure out with the agency. Yeah. And I think we should also, let's get that in there. And this one. Great. 3 things for this next sprint and 1 for after Christmas. Every second week, we would have a 30-minute meeting like this to get all of our latest user insights on the table. And what would then happen is that each week you would just make a new set of these boards and start over. And this way you also have a record of your product decisions. And you can go back and see that you are working according to your strategy and that you've actually gotten stuff done that people were having problems with. Take a look in the description below, because there you will find a link to this very Figma file. Thank you so much to everyone who's been watching, liking, commenting my videos. It means the world to me when you tell me what you think of my videos. I'm Uns Svanström, and see you next time. Bye!